This is pretty cool. A real-life Dexter's laboratory.
As cheesy as this sounds, from day one on this planet, I knew that I was put on here for a reason, and that reason is to invent, to bring the future. You got energy, you got power, you have everything.
Many people have claimed to be the smartest person in the world, but only one person's claim truly stands out, and his name is Max Laughlin. Max was the teenage prodigy who wowed the world with his groundbreaking theories on energy and parallel universes. Just a few years ago, Max was at the top of his game, working on incredible projects that could change science forever. But then, without any warning, he just disappeared. Now, after years of silence, Max has returned with a terrifying message that has left everyone stunned.
Hello, everybody. I'm Max Laughlin.
What exactly did he discover during his time away? And what is this chilling warning he brings with him now? What you're about to find out will blow your mind. Let's get into it. How Max Laughlin gained his reputation as the world's smartest kid. Max Laughlin was a young inventor who became famous for a new and exciting idea. He was born on March 5, 1988, in a small town in the United States. From a young age, Max was very curious about how things worked. This curiosity grew as he got older and led him to come up with a big idea that would bring him early fame in science and technology. In the late 2000s, Max started to work on a concept that would later make him well known. His idea was about taking energy from the atmosphere and turning it into usable power. This was a groundbreaking idea because it suggested a new way to get electricity from the air around us, which could be used for many different things. This idea was not a small change, but a big step forward in the field of energy. But before we explore how incredible Max's idea was, let's take a leap back to his childhood and when his intelligence gained popularity. From the very beginning, Max was a curious and intelligent child. His parents, John and Linda Laughlin, noticed that he was different from other kids. While many children were content to play with toys or watch TV, Max was always asking questions and trying to figure out how things worked. This was a sign that he had a special mind, even when he was just a young boy. As Max grew older, his curiosity about the world around him only became stronger. When he was around 5 years old, he began to show a real interest in science. Instead of just playing games, he wanted to know how the games were made. He asked his parents about how things worked, from the toys he played with to the appliances in the house. When Max was in elementary school, his teachers noticed that he was different from the other students. He excelled in his classes, especially in subjects like math and science. While other children struggled with their homework, Max found the work to be quite easy. He often finished his assignments quickly and was eager to take on extra challenges. His teachers saw that he had a natural talent for understanding complex concepts, which is something that not many children have. They began to give him more difficult problems to solve, and Max took on these challenges with enthusiasm and skill. One day, when Max was about 8 years old, he had an experience that would show him and everyone else that he was a whiz kid. It was a sunny afternoon, and Max was sitting at the kitchen table with a pile of books and a notebook. He had been working on a science project for school. The project was about building a simple machine using household items. Max had to create a machine that could lift a small weight using a system of pulleys and levers. Max spent hours working on the project, carefully reading instructions from the books and drawing diagrams in his notebook. As the day went on, Max finally finished the machine. He was excited to test it out and see if it would work. He placed a small weight on the machine and pulled the string, and to his delight, the weight was lifted off the ground. This moment was important for Max because it was the first time he realized that he was different from other kids. He knew that he had a special ability to understand and solve problems that other children might find difficult. It was not just the success of the project that made him feel this way, but also the feeling of satisfaction that came from doing something well. In the years that followed, Max's confidence grew as he continued to excel in school. He took on more challenging projects and became known as the Whiz Kid among his friends and teachers. Throughout his childhood, there were many signs that Max Laughlin was a special child with extraordinary talents. His early curiosity, his success with school projects, and his achievements in science competitions all pointed to the fact that he was more than just a bright student. He was a young innovator with a unique ability to understand and explore complex ideas. Max Laughlin was inspired by two of the most famous scientists in history, Nikola Tesla and Albert Einstein. Tesla is known for his work with electricity, especially for creating the alternating current electrical systems that we use today, and it made a big impression on Max. When the time came for him to begin his tertiary education, Max Laughlin started at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. This was an exciting moment for him because he had the chance to study at a famous university known for its strong programs in physics and engineering. Max decided to focus on physics and take some classes in engineering as well. He wanted to learn more about these subjects and build on the ideas he had already started working on. University life was different from what Max had known before. In high school, he was often the top student and received a lot of praise for his work. Besides his classes, Max was also involved in research projects. At the University of Wisconsin-Madison, students had the chance to work with professors and graduate students on real research problems. Max joined a research lab where he could apply what he learned in class to actual experiments and projects. He worked on different research tasks, tried out new ideas, and tried to solve scientific problems. This was both exciting and challenging for him. Max's research during university focused on topics related to energy and quantum mechanics. He continued to develop his ideas about using atmospheric energy and worked on new ways to improve his previous research. Now, let's go back to Max's innovative energy idea. In the early 2010s, Max Laughlin started to turn his idea into reality. He thought that with the right technology, this atmospheric energy could be used to produce electricity. In 2013, Max began to share his ideas with others. He wrote a series of papers explaining his thoughts and how his ideas could be used. These papers were well received, and many people were excited about the possibility of a new source of clean energy. Max also held public talks and media appearances that helped to build his reputation as a brilliant young scientist with the potential to change the world. He was invited to conferences, featured in magazines, and celebrated for his innovative thinking. Max's ideas began to get attention from scientists and technology experts who were interested in his work. Life seemed to be going well for Max. That was until, in the prime of his career, something very unexpected happened. He disappeared. This shocked his many followers and left people wondering where he had gone and what had happened to him. But then, not too long after, something even more shocking happened. Max reappeared, and when he did, he made some surprising claims that stirred up a lot of public interest and debate. What were these claims, and why did they cause so much public uproar? Let's find out. Max's disappearance and sudden reappearance. In early 2018, Max Laughlin vanished without a trace. It was a mysterious and puzzling event. He did not give any warning or explanation before he disappeared, and there were no clues about where he had gone or why he had left. One day, he was there, attending meetings and working on his projects, and the next day, he was gone. His sudden disappearance left many people confused and worried. Fans of Max were upset and wondered if something terrible had happened to him. The scientific community was also affected, as they had been looking forward to his future contributions to science and technology. During the months that followed, there were many theories about what could have happened to Max. Some people thought that he might have gone into hiding because he was overwhelmed by the pressure of his fame. Others suggested that he might have had personal problems or conflicts that made him decide to leave everything behind. There were even some wild speculations, such as the idea that Max might have been kidnapped or that he had discovered something so important that he had to go into hiding for his own safety. Despite all the theories and guesses, no one had any real answers, and the mystery of Max Laughlin's disappearance remained unsolved. Then, nearly 2 years after he had vanished, Max Laughlin made a surprising return. He reappeared in the public eye with a new announcement that caught everyone's attention. Max held a press conference where he explained that he had been away working on new and secretive projects. At the press conference, Max made several big claims about his recent work. He talked about new discoveries and ideas that he had been developing while he was away. One of the most striking claims he made was that he had created a new form of energy technology that was even more advanced than his previous work on atmospheric energy conversion. According to Max, he had made breakthroughs that would change the way energy is produced and used. He described a new system that could generate clean and unlimited energy in a way that had never been done before. This new technology was based on concepts that he had been studying in secret and was supposed to have the potential to solve many of the world's energy problems. He also talked about a bold and ambitious theory that he came up with during his disappearance. It was called the theory of human perception, and it was basically Max accusing the European Organization for Nuclear Research, also known as CERN, of using particles to somehow influence the human mind. This theory simply stated that everything in the universe is made of tiny particles that influence human perception. These particles are so small that we cannot see them with our eyes. They are called subatomic particles, and they include things like electrons, protons, and neutrons. In physics, scientists study these particles to understand how they make up the matter we see and touch every day. But Max went beyond just looking at particles as building blocks of the universe. He wondered if these particles could also have effects on things that we usually think of as being separate from physics, like our thoughts, memories, and experiences. Max's theory proposed that subatomic particles might influence our consciousness and collective memory. He suggested that there could be links between particle physics and cognitive science, which is the study of how we think and understand the world. Max thought that if we could understand these links, we might find new ways to explain things that are hard to understand with current scientific methods. Max also claimed that during his time away, he had been working with a secretive group of scientists and engineers. He said that this group had helped him to make his new discoveries and that they had been working together in a remote location where they could focus on their research without interruptions. This secret group was said to be made up of some of the best minds in science and technology, and Max said that their collaboration had been crucial to the success of his new projects. But here's the thing: the idea of a free energy machine has been around for a long time. The only problem with it is that it is very controversial. Many scientists are skeptical about the feasibility of such a machine. The laws of physics, as we understand them, suggest that creating a machine that produces more energy than it consumes is impossible. This concept challenges the basic principles of thermodynamics, which are fundamental to how we understand energy and work. According to the first law of thermodynamics, energy cannot be created or destroyed, only converted from one form to another. The second law of thermodynamics states that energy systems tend to move towards disorder, meaning that no machine can be 100% efficient. Because of these laws, Most scientists believe that a free energy machine is not possible. One of the main reasons for the skepticism surrounding Max's free energy machine was the lack of scientific evidence to support his claims. While Max presented some experimental results and theories, they were not enough to convince the scientific community. Many of his experiments did not follow standard scientific methods, which made it difficult for others to verify his results. Apart from his work on the free energy machine, Max Laughlin also began to link his ideas to popular science theories. One of the most intriguing connections he made was between his work and the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is a term used to describe a situation where a large group of people remember something differently from how it actually happened. For example, some people remember a famous person being alive when they had actually died years earlier. The term was named after Nelson Mandela, as many people remembered him dying in prison even though he actually lived until 2013. Max saw a connection between the Mandela effect and the idea of parallel universes, which are hypothetical worlds that exist alongside our own. Things don't end there. He proposed that the Mandela effect might be caused by changes or shifts between these parallel universes. This connection to the Mandela effect and parallel universes was a bold and imaginative idea. It combined popular science concepts with speculative theories, which caught the attention of many people. Max's ideas were not just about creating a new technology, they were also about exploring the nature of reality itself. He was blending established scientific knowledge with more speculative ideas about the universe, which made his work both intriguing and controversial. Max's work was also featured in the media, which played a big role in shaping public perception. News articles, TV shows, and online discussions helped to spread the word about Max's free energy machine and his theories. The media coverage often focused on the most dramatic and eye-catching aspects of his work, such as the possibility of parallel universes and revolutionary energy technologies. This coverage helped to build excitement and interest, but also contributed to the skepticism and debate surrounding his ideas. So, what do you think about the shocking claim Max made after his reappearance? Do you agree with the wild theories and ideas he has? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Also, click on the next video shown on your screen. Thank you for watching.